in the history of cinema, the way the students and youngsters are interested in cinema today happened? Why, unlike all the past years, youngsters and students are so much interested in cinema? In fact, I've been talking to youngsters and students for the last 10 years at various forums, disseminating the world cinema, the culture of cinema, generally talking about the digital filmmaking. One thing I found interesting is most of the youngsters who come to study cinema or who take cinema very seriously are from different backgrounds. Quite a few of them have studied IT, engineering. At one point they give up all those things. In fact, quite a few of them have given their lucrative jobs to take up cinema seriously. In fact, that way the cinema plays a kind of a placebo to many of these youngsters. Actually people always complain about today's youngsters. They are very, very unsteady. They don't find any meaning in the way that they live their lives. It's not true. In fact, why they quit many other fields and come to cinema, and because they treat cinema as a kind of a placebo for them to find meaning for their lives, which they know very well that it is kind of unsteady. And cinema is not an art form for scholars or educated ones. That's the reason why cinema is so powerful. The German filmmaker Werner Herzog beautifully said, "Academia is a death of cinema." Cinema is not an art form for scholars and educated ones. It's an art form for illiterate masses. That is where the cinema still stands as a most powerful art, because it stands as an art for illiterate masses. But why youngsters and students show their interest in cinema is not because it is an art form for illiterate masses, because it is also a very fine art. In fact, cinema today is 121 years old. In 1895, when Lumiere brothers started making films, when they showed their very first film, workers coming out of the factory, nobody thought cinema would be such a powerful art and would stay for this long. In fact, many thought at the time cinema was just a wonder. You know why they thought cinema was just a wonder? Because cinema was shown as a part of a fair. Fair means people went to fair to see many wonders. They also saw cinema as another wonder. That's why they did not care to preserve many of the early films, because they thought all those early films would disappear maximum time of 6 months. But to their wonder, to their shock, to their surprise, cinema stayed all these years, and it will continue to stay. We don't know. As long as human beings on this earth, cinema is going to continue to stay. Wow! How did cinema become such a powerful art? What is the reason behind it? Why nobody predicted that? When did cinema become such a powerful art? It might have become an art or a wonder that would have disappeared in 6 months' time. But it stayed on all these years for only one reason. That reason was, in the beginning, they showed just the recordings. They took the camera, placed it in front of an event, they just recorded, that's it. They showed whatever they recorded. But later, they invented something called cut. They shot something else, they shot something more, and they all put them together. And when they put them together, it started telling stories. So the cinema was born as an art form with the invention of cut, with the invention of what is called today editing. But for editing, cinema would not have become an art. Because of editing, cinema started telling stories. Cinema is today the most powerful storyteller, powerful storytelling device. You can tell any story today. Just a man talking to another man, you can create a story. Or today you can imagine, the imagining life forms somewhere else in the universe. Even that could be a story. That's what's happening today.